Gentlemen, there's a conversation every man over 60 should have had by now, but almost no one does. Not in the doctor's office, not at the dinner table, not even in those late night chats with lifelong friends. It's a conversation about something small, hidden, and often ignored. Yet it can change the way you sleep, the way you feel about yourself, and even how you show up for the people you love. I'm talking about your prostate. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to share 5 daily habits, simple, natural, accessible, that can dramatically protect your prostate after 60. One of them might completely surprise you. But before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments. I always find it inspiring to see men from all over the world supporting each other. And if you care about your long-term vitality, please give this video a like and subscribe. It really helps this channel reach more men who need this message. Now, here's the first truth I want to share with you. Something most men believe, but it's flat out wrong. Most men think that nighttime bathroom trips, weak urine flow, or the constant feeling of not being done after peeing are just part of getting older. But that's a myth. Science now shows that prostate symptoms aren't an unavoidable tax of aging. In fact, your daily habits, the way you move, eat, drink, sleep, and even love, can shape the size, function, and long-term health of your prostate. Yes, medication and surgery exist, but what if you could lower your risk of those interventions just by adjusting a few simple things you already do every day? That's the real story, and that's why I'm here. For those of you who are new here, I'm Dr. Sophia, a urologist with over 10 years of experience helping men navigate prostate health, sexual function, and healthy aging. I've seen firsthand how small daily choices, not fancy pills or expensive treatments, can determine whether a man enjoys restful sleep, strong confidence, and comfort in his body, or whether he spends his later years chained to the bathroom, embarrassed by accidents, or anxious about his health. I've guided thousands of men through this journey, and I want to share with you today the 5 most effective evidence-backed habits to protect your prostate after 60. We'll go through them one by one. I'll explain what happens biologically in the body, what it means practically for your day-to-day life, and why it matters emotionally for your dignity, your freedom, and your relationships. Ready? Let's count them down. Habit number 1, strategic hydration. Let me start with the simplest one, strategic hydration. Now you might be thinking, Doc, I already drink water. What's new here? Here's the key. It's not just how much water you drink, it's when and how. As men age, the body's sense of thirst weakens. You don't feel thirsty until you're already running dry. The result? Hours of low-level dehydration. And when you finally do drink, it's usually in the evening. What does that do? Your urine becomes concentrated, acidic, and irritating to the bladder. That irritation fuels prostate inflammation. At night, your bladder overfills and your prostate's pressure on the urethra makes urination harder. That's why so many men are up at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m., wandering half asleep to the bathroom. But here's the fix. Front load your hydration, sip water steadily in the morning and afternoon, then taper off in the evening. This keeps your urine dilute and less irritating, flushes toxins early in the day, and lets your bladder rest at night. In a study of over 2,000 men published in the Journal of Urology, men who followed this approach cut nighttime bathroom trips by up to 41%. Think about that. One tiny adjustment, drinking earlier instead of later, can give you deeper, uninterrupted sleep and in turn, more energy, sharper focus, and a better mood the next day. And emotionally, imagine not feeling embarrassed when traveling, not having to map out bathrooms everywhere you go, not waking your partner 3 times a night. That's freedom. Habit number 2, a light walk after meals. The second habit is a short, light walk after meals. This may sound almost too simple, but research shows it has a direct impact on prostate health. Here's why. After eating, your blood sugar spikes. If you just sit down, watch TV, scroll your phone, your body struggles with that spike, which fuels inflammation. And inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of prostate enlargement. But if you walk, even just 10 to 15 minutes, you activate circulation, especially in the pelvic area. More blood means more oxygen and nutrients delivered to the prostate. That's healing fuel. One study from the University of São Paulo found that men over 65 who walked briefly after lunch and dinner had a 35% lower risk of moderate to severe prostate symptoms. So biologically, it reduces inflammation. Practically, it's easy. Walk around your block, your hallway, even inside your house. Emotionally, it's about control. Instead of being a passive passenger in aging, you're steering your health with every step. Habit number 3, regular sexual activity. Now, here's where we need to address a taboo. Habit number 3, regular sexual activity. Yes, you heard me right. Science is crystal clear. Ejaculation acts like a cleansing mechanism for the prostate. Think of it as a rinse cycle. Regular release clears out old fluids, dead cells, and potential irritants. Without that, stagnant material builds up inside the gland, raising the risk of problems. In a 20-year Harvard study of over 10,000 men, those who ejaculated at least 21 times a month had a 33% lower risk of prostate cancer. Beyond cleansing, sexual activity improves pelvic circulation, relaxes surrounding muscles, and lowers stress, all factors that protect the prostate. But here's the emotional truth. Too many men in their 60s and 70s feel ashamed about this. They think intimacy is for the young, or they avoid the subject because of performance challenges. Gentlemen, let me be clear. Sexuality is part of health, not just recreation, and there's no shame in it, whether that intimacy is with a partner or solo. If you struggle with performance, talk to your doctor. There are safe solutions. The worst choice is silence because silence breeds decline. Habit number 4, strategic eating. The 4th habit, strategic eating for prostate health. Food isn't just calories, it's information for your cells. Certain foods send anti-inflammatory signals that calm the prostate. Others send the opposite message, stoking fire. Here are your prostate's allies: cooked tomatoes, watermelon, guava, rich in lycopene, a pigment that directly protects prostate cells. Pumpkin seeds, nuts, seafood, loaded with zinc, which balances hormones and supports prostate structure. Broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage contain sulforaphanes, powerful compounds that help detoxify the body and prevent cellular mutations. One large study found that men who ate tomato-based foods at least twice a week lowered their prostate cancer risk by 28%. Practically, this means aiming for colorful, plant-rich meals with lean protein. Not fancy, not complicated. Think grilled salmon with a side of roasted tomatoes and broccoli, or a bowl of mixed greens with pumpkin seeds on top, and emotionally, every bite becomes a form of self-care. Instead of feeling powerless, you know your fork is a tool, one that can protect your prostate as surely as any pill. Habit number 5, deep restorative sleep. Finally, habit number 5, deep restorative sleep. This is the hidden powerhouse of prostate protection. When you sleep deeply, your body produces melatonin and growth hormone, both of which reduce inflammation and repair tissues. Without them, your prostate becomes more vulnerable. One long-term study of 2,400 men found that those with chronic sleep disturbances had twice the risk of aggressive prostate cancer. Biologically, poor sleep raises stress hormones, lowers testosterone, and ramps up systemic inflammation. All bad news for your prostate. Practically, this means setting a consistent bedtime, keeping your room dark and cool, and avoiding screens before bed. Emotionally, sleep is dignity. It's peace. It's the difference between dragging through your day half awake and living fully alert, confident, and capable. So here's your action plan. Shift your hydration, water early, taper at night, walk after meals, just 10 to 15 minutes, maintain sexual activity. Embrace it as medicine, not taboo. Eat strategically, tomatoes, seeds, cruciferous vegetables, lean proteins. Prioritize deep sleep. Protect your hormonal cycles. Start with 1, build slowly. These are not quick hacks. They're foundations for decades of health. And let me say this clearly. If you're already struggling with prostate symptoms, it does not mean you failed. It doesn't mean you're too old or too late. I've seen men in their 70s and even 80s reverse years of discomfort with these habits. The body has an incredible capacity to heal when given the right environment. Every small win, a full night's sleep, a stronger stream, one less bathroom trip, is a step toward freedom. So gentlemen, don't accept decline as your destiny. Your prostate health is not written in stone. With 5 simple habits, hydration, walking, intimacy, nutrition, and sleep, you can reclaim comfort, dignity, and confidence. Because aging doesn't mean giving up your vitality. Aging done well means stepping into wisdom while protecting the body that carries you. If this message resonated, please give the video a like, subscribe, and share it with a friend or brother who might need to hear this. Remember, you are not alone. You are not powerless. And with just a few daily choices, you can protect your prostate, protect your sleep, and protect your life. I'm Dr. Sophia, and I'll see you in the next video.